Looking around, everything seems so nice and quiet, until the rumbling of traffic reminds you that nature and the environment have changed drastically over time. Green living is in, and for a good reason. The argument is that humans have contributed to global warming with excess emissions of greenhouse gases, gases that trap the Earth's heat, which many believe is going to negatively impact our world. The flip side of that argument is that the Earth goes through changes naturally, and the impact that people have is not leading to increasing temperatures. To combat this phenomenon, climate talks have been happening for more than a decade. People agree that we need to take measures that preserve and protect our environment, but we can't seem to decide on how to plan to do that. The Kyoto Protocol, agreed upon and signed in 1997, proposed the elimination of emissions. Countries going to set emission targets to achieve by the year 2007. Needless to say, this didn't pan out so well. In between those years, Al Gore, former Vice President of the United States, generated a lot of awareness for global warming through his book An Inconvenient Truth, and a film of the same title. Public attitude was changing and the green movement started to take off. But something happened last year, something big. It's strange because none of the major media outlets really talked about it. It was your typical hacking story. Some cyber genius got a hold of information they weren't supposed to. Herein lies the beginning of this story. On November 17, 2009, the Climate Research Unit, the CRU, of East Anglia University discovered that someone had entered their server and taken about 160 megabytes of data, including emails and documents. The data at first glance appears to state that climate research is toyed with and molded to fit a pre-existing point of view. Not only that, it is widely known that the loudest voices behind the cause have their own little stake in it too. Al Gore and David Blood co-founded a firm dedicated to smart investing and research when it came to the environment. Together they started a business that can benefit from any additional fervor in the environmental movement. So as it would turn out, if the information contained in the emails was meddled with, there's more than the cause at risk. Late March, it was announced by a British Parliament committee that the scientists involved in the scandal were not tampering with the information. It was what was contained in the documents that stirred such a controversy. A number of websites contain what was taken from the CRU that day. However, I must warn you that the data is very difficult to read. A few of the emails have surfaced in plenty of other media, and I encourage anyone that is genuinely concerned with discovering what's really going on to seek out as much information as possible. See, I really tried to come to terms with what this all means, and what I discovered is that in this case there is too much evidence for and against, and so much damage done to the integrity of the information that it's impossible to discern what's really here. There's plenty of evidence that support the idea that the Earth is going through natural cycles despite the fact we're polluting it. There is also plenty of evidence that suggests that humans are having a negative impact on our climate, and we can do something to reverse these effects. There are a lot of opinion, some of them founded, some of them not. However, I ask everyone, if you are actually interested in finding out about the truth about anything, question everything.